Nitzana is a spring of life in the heart of the desert. With a history of thousands of years, Nitzana, located at one of the most important junctions of the Middle East, connects the Sinai Peninsula and Africa to Asia and the Fertile Crescent. A significant biblical road passes through the village, the road which our forefathers took to Egypt, and also the Perfume Road, on which the Nabateans carried precious goods from the Arab countries to the Mediterranean. Nitzana was one of the 6 cities in the Negev built by the Nabateans. Before the First World War, the Turks established a large military base in Nitzana named Uja el-Hafir. When the State of Israel was founded, it was the site of bloody battles between the Israeli and Egyptian armies. After the signing of the peace agreement with Egypt, border terminals were opened in Nitzana for the passage of cargo between Israel and Egypt. A large environmental project called the Sculpture of Peace was set up at the site by the internationally known sculptor Dani Caravan. The project extends from the antique settlement of Nitzana through agricultural lands and forests of the Jewish National Fund toward the border terminal. At present, Nitzana is an educational community established by the Jewish Agency, engaged in educational and scientific activities. The community combines immigrants and veteran residents, scientists and researchers, teachers and instructors, operating in diverse frameworks. The village was founded by Mr. Aryeh Lova Eliav in cooperation with Aliyat HaNoar, Youth Immigration, in 1987. Lova tirelessly represents the government of Israel in a variety of humanitarian activities.
When I and my friends started Nitzana as a youth village and center years ago, now our dream is coming true. Nitzana is a reality. We have now here thousands of Israeli youngsters, of newcomers from Ethiopia and Russia, youngsters who come from the Western diaspora and also from neighboring countries, from Egypt, Palestinians, Jordanians, because we live on a peace border, and eventually Nitzana will be a catalyst for a rural and urban development, which will be one of the most flourishing parts of Israel.
David Palmach, Nitzana's director, implements Lova's vision, and he and his dedicated staff are responsible for daily operations and development of future plans for the village.
Every morning, Alamo goes out to practice. He is a gifted runner and dreams of a medal being placed around his neck at the 2012 Olympics as the Israeli flag is raised over the cheering crowds and Hatikva is played. This is the spirit of Nitzana. As we said, excellence and ambition are the 2 main characteristics of the village. Listen to the youngsters that arrived from Ethiopia recently, some of them only a few months ago. It is your support that gives them the opportunity. Hebrew classes are, of course, a must in this youth village. The first steps are always difficult, but strong motivation and dedicated teachers help reach the goals set. The atmosphere at the village is one of freedom and self-imposed discipline. The students contribute to the running of the village by performing various tasks. The students are Sabras and immigrants, secular and religious, youngsters from big cities, and youth from development towns. It is only natural that Nitzana's location in the middle of the desert has created a special interest in the sun and natural energy. In our study group, we investigate Mars and how the sun and the earth get along together. Here, in the village's solar park, scientific activities and experiments are carried out for and by the youngsters.
The cluster over there is called the sun as a source of heat, and it's representing how we can utilize the heat from the sun to different aspects of our daily life. The idea of the solar park is to teach the visitors, and mainly the students from all over the country, about the urgent need to transfer our energy sources to alternative energies instead of the fossil fuel that we are using,
Since its foundation, tens of thousands of young people from Israel and around the world have come to Nitzana for the Negev Seminar. This seminar combines regional excursions in the magical desert and studies of the heritage of the Negev's defenders and first settlers. The youth contribute by helping the Jewish National Fund to forest the area. In addition to seminars, other various activities include donkey tours and bicycle excursions on the Egyptian border road. Israeli youth who volunteer for 1 year of service before enlisting in the army guide these excursions.
Должна быть граница, через которую человек переступил, все, для него врата расстания закрылись.
In the early 90s, with the massive and welcome immigration to Israel from the former Soviet Union, Nitzana initiated new programs. One of them is an adult ulpan, teaching Hebrew to university graduates and professionals. Nitzana is the first home for these immigrants in their new country. A warm environment to facilitate their absorption in Israel. Another program called Sela is for the 17 to 19-year-olds who immigrate to Israel without their parents. In Nitzana, they study Hebrew and undergo a preparatory program for their college and university studies in Israel. In cooperation with the Rashi Fund, an educational program was established at Nitzana to encourage young people from Israel and around the world to study sciences and values. A highlight of the program, Science Following the Sun, is a multifaceted activity combining astronomy and desert research. The students study how to generate solar energy and see its scientific applications in modern agriculture through visits to hothouses in the area. All these activities take place in a fascinating research environment and with the assistance of university scientists and research and educational staff. Recently, Nitzana became a second home for the Denver, Colorado community and is a study center for the members of the community during their visits to Israel. Nitzana is an oasis in the desert. Its air-conditioned hostel offers accommodations for families and groups. There's a dining room with a varied menu, swimming pool, club, and synagogue. Future plans for Nitzana, situated on the peaceful border between Egypt and Israel, include international research institutes where Israelis, Arabs, and representatives of other nations will work together in cooperation. Nitzana is fast becoming the educational center of the Negev, devoted to teaching heritage and past legacy, tolerance and pluralism in our society, striding toward the third millennium through science and education. The future of the State of Israel lies in its young people and in the Negev. Nitzana is in the forefront.